Okay, so as always, recording Jade. I might have a bit to talk about today. Something I find interesting when I play these games is how people's behaviours change over time, and how you find that people's true personality comes out the longer they play. Best example at the moment is probably Firemelon. And if you watch my videos, Firemelon, enjoy, because this is going to be a segment about you. Now, Firemelon I've known for quite a while. He played on his main, well, what was his main, for a while, and he even was part of League for a while, on an alt. For a long time though, he was supportive of League, but it seems now he's flipped. He stopped playing for a while, didn't see him around for ages, then he comes back as Val 4. And now as Val 4, he attacks and trash talks League. Kinda tells me that you were a shithead from the beginning and you were pretending. Which is good. Just means that you're infected with the rest of what 154 has. Whatever it is. But in saying that though, I also kinda think my guild brought on themselves too. Like, they want to fight, yeah, a lot. And they want to do war and all that stuff. But it wasn't a war and trash talk. It was a war, let's see which guild is stronger kind of war. Whereas what I'm seeing with 154 is that they trash talk to High Heaven. I just want to do that. Like, you can see it in the chat at the moment. I mean, it's all in Tagalog, but I do understand bits and pieces of it. I also find it interesting, there's speculations as to who pilots who. Speculate all you want. Because at the end of the day, whoever has access to the top players can kill ya. And are you gonna top up until you overtop? Because that seems to be what happened with Xiao. You guys, or 154 actually, because 104 is just settled. They don't give a shit. They're like destroyer. They just don't give a shit as to what's going on. But it's like 154 just decided to start topping up insane amounts. And I mean, I've seen pictures of some of them. They look like as if they've gotten sick from not eating. So but that's their problem. They get sick from not eating, or if they decide to put themselves into debt because they just want to get stronger than someone on a game that doesn't update and hasn't updated in over a year. Yeah, sure. Do that. But then you end up dealing with the fallout later on. But not my problem. Also, another interesting thing is asthma. You can tell when someone or who is on it, like actual asthma, like the one that's on now, talks in Tagalog. But then when he goes to trash talking in English and it's another person on, you can tell it's them. You can tell that this person doesn't speak Tagalog at all. That also reminds me, since it was brought up in the chat down there. Nether in 154. If they were to ever to merge with us, they'll learn very quickly that Nether, if you call it as soon as it dies, we're not going to adhere to that at all. The closest that we call is 10 minutes for the last boss to wake up. So like it can be called as soon as the first one wakes up. But I'll be quite happy to go into Nether and kill if they were to ever merge with us. So I'm getting to that stage where watching the fights, it's just pointless. Like particularly watching Kep and how he gets all happy and on his high horse when he kills our lobies. However, when Rig and I kill him, it's like, oh, the top players have come to fight. Oh, didn't you just do the same thing to my lobies? Is it the double standard? I believe so. But then again, 154 seems to be completely double standard. And I'm meaning more united rather than Sal. Sal seems to have the more brains of the two guilds. Maybe that's why they didn't merge into United. Which is funny also, because United used to join us in CSL against Rogue, and they would take 2 flags and we would take 2 flags, and that's how it used to be. But for some reason, they decided to flip and change. So, in response, we flipped and changed. We decided, well, fuck ya, if you want to do that. Oops. Whoops. I just noticed. God just killed Remedy. Okay, let's see. Rig is against Kep. Yep. Xiao against K9. Sorry, Sig, you're not gonna win against a Kemi. Ew! Oh, I wonder if he'll be Jade spam god. So I'm on the same side as Sol. Okay. She avoided me. What the fuck? She didn't even go in. Okay. Okay, I knew God wouldn't win against Tim. Close that for a moment. Again, all predictable. She used flour. Maybe take off your auto for flour? Because that was the only skill that you actually used. Okay. So, Sol, me, Tim, and Rick. Probably. Interesting! Now that is interesting. Soul through the battle, by the looks of it. Soul through the battle. That's okay. Hmm. Yeah, I thought so. I thought so. uh, that's it. See, Rig and I never let each other win. It just doesn't make sense, really. It's just better that way.